Welcome back, brothers and sisters. Braden, Tim, Second Legacy, you are amazing. And this episode, you guys, I'll tell you what, they're weaponizing some freedom. They're weaponizing the Trump decision. The Bumpstock decision, which kind of is a Trump decision. It doesn't matter. We'll get into it. But they're weaponizing everything against us for the election going forward. The NRA has made a few political boo-boos on this one. We're going to highlight that. There's a lot of stuff you're going to love about this one. So if you guys are down for some 2A, some comedy, humor, amazing sarcasm deployed for the 2A, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. We need all the love we can get. And with that said, Tim, you know what? I think that it's only proper, before we get into how they're weaponizing this decision from the ATF to the Biden administration, to really show you what the NRA did. This is number 16. And you haven't seen this yet, if I recall, right? No. This is something new to you, right? All right. Well, Michael Cargill decided to post something at the same time that the Cargill decision came out. And he said, remember to keep your friends close and your enemies closer, because the NRA made a little bit of a tweet. And they tried to claim that they fought and defeated the bump stock ban when they're the ones that endorsed it, made public policy endorsements, and told Trump to do it. It came about because of them, and then Community Notes flat out smoked them on it.
Yeah.
It's cringy.
Actually,
I mean, that is the only way.
I have the NRA's original statement. I sent it over in text, so maybe Dr. Slides can stick that in there. But let me read this to you. And so this went out immediately after the tragedy in Vegas. And this is from the NRA's website. This was called the Joint Statement. And they've since deleted it from their website, but it's still out there.
But
it took them years to delete it. They deleted it right after the decision, or right leading up to the decision. It stayed up there forever.
Shocking.
Yeah, it stayed up there forever.
Weird.
But anyway, so NRA's Wayne LaPierre and Chris Cox issue a joint statement. All right. And in the aftermath of the evil and senseless attack in Las Vegas, the American people are looking for answers as to how future tragedies can be prevented. Unfortunately, the first response from some politicians has been to call for more gun control. Okay. Banning guns from law-abiding citizens based on the criminal act of a madman will do nothing to prevent future attacks. This fact has been proven time and time again. Blah, 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 blah. Where's the meat and potatoes here? The NRA believes that devices. The NRA believes that devices designed to allow semi-automatic rifles to function like fully automatic rifles should be subject to additional regulations. In an increasingly dangerous world, the NRA remains focused on our mission, strengthening America's Second Amendment freedom to defend themselves, their families, and their communities, by banning one item, one accessory at a time. I put that in there.
Yeah, and that's the whole piece. That's the whole meat of the
right.
potatoes.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
That's exactly right.
They said we these politicians want more gun control, and that's crazy. We oppose gun control, but we support banning these
through the executive overreach of the ATF, of which is going to start all the other things like ghost guns, pistol braces, engaged in business of a dealer. I mean, like literally, what could go wrong, Tim? What could go bad?
Here's the NRA supporting the executive fiat being carried out by the ATF and basically using Chevron to bastardize gun laws. Supporting it. Yeah. Well,
this is so incredibly important, Tim, because listen to what the NRA said now that we've mocked them religiously for it. The Supreme Court, this is their original tweet, has properly restrained executive branch agencies to their role of enforcing and not making the law. This decision will be pivotal to NRA's future challenges of ATF regulations. Community noted. Oh, anyway, so now that we got that out of the way, I feel like we can move on, because I think that was important, because the Twitter sphere, or the X sphere, never disappoints. Those community notes are savages. Yeah. It's amazing. You want a good time, read those.
And keep in mind, folks, the NRA, this isn't the first time they've done something like this, right? You go back to the Heller decision. They fought tooth and nail, spending their due-paying members' money to prevent, as best they could, Heller from being heard by the Supreme Court. They didn't want it going to the Supreme Court. Well, it went to the Supreme Court. Correct. And when a decision was about to be rendered, guess who jumped in on the lawsuit and claimed victory at the end?
I'm going to go with
NRA is the correct answer.
No,
so this isn't their first rodeo, folks. They love doing this. And matter of fact, they try to do it with the brace thing. And they try to jump in on other people's lawsuits once they got an injunction.
And they got denied.
And a judge said, nope, file your own lawsuit. So they actually had to go out.
Not today, cupcake.
And file their own lawsuit.
And they got their own injunction like 9 months after everyone else did. It was incredibly poignant. It was very timely.
There's the NRA leading from behind once again.
Absolutely. Well, let me bring you in here, Tim, because there's been a pivot There's been and this is a big one from the ATF. I've got some more tweets for you. Because the backstory here, of course, is the ATF completely stuck their middle finger to Congress, made their own regulations from existing laws, made law from the executive bureaucratic side of the government, which is illegal. And they usurped the power of Congress and violated the separations of powers. That's a small laundry list of no-nos. But now, Tim, after the Cargill case, they're here for a pragmatic solution. This is number 13. I'm not sure you've seen this. You'll enjoy this. As the 2017 massacre of nearly 60 people at a concert in Las Vegas made clear, weapons equipped with bump stocks pose an unacceptable level of risk to public safety. In light of today's decision, the president has called on Congress to take action on bump stocks, and ATF stands ready to work with Congress to ensure that these devices no longer pose a threat to American law enforcement and the people they protect. Stevie Dettelbach, the ATF director.
Dittlebum trying to circle back around and give a reach around to Congress.
Man.
Like, oh, we're really friends here, folks.
We're friends, right? We didn't violate everything that you've told us to do and make our own laws and usurp your power. We didn't do that for like 5 to 10 to 20 years. No, we're friends, right? We can be bipartisan.
We stand ready to enforce your draconian laws.
Yeah, absolutely. We look forward to helping you and ask any questions you want. Please cue video of ATF experts not being able to disassemble a Glock. God almighty, dude. It's so...
Yeah,
it is so duplicitous,
it's
man.
Such a clown show,
and I'm going to say
and it's hard to believe. This is the American government. I mean, we're supposed to be the most powerful, country in the world, and this is our leadership. They are complete idiots, and they contradict themselves. They play stupid little games, and this is what we. Yeah. I mean, wow.
This is it. Would you expect anything else from Stevie?
No.
I love me some Stevie.
But every time you have to pay that tax bill. And then you think about what these idiots are doing in D.C.
What's it going for?
Why am I funding these clowns? It's just...
Well, this is why. This is for this greatness right here. In fact, just when you thought it couldn't get better, Tim, I can't imagine why they would do this. Would you like to hear from the Biden-Harris?
Oh, joy. Please.
I think you will find something fascinating here. Just interrupt me when you find something off. So this is the actual tweet itself, along with a prefabricated statement, which I love. Here's the title. Biden-Harris campaign statement on Trump's Supreme Court justices striking down a ban on bump stocks. Okay?
It's funny, they left out Trump's ban on bump stocks again.
Right, isn't that weird? Because it's Trump's Supreme Court. Yeah. It wasn't Trump's ban, it's Trump's Supreme Court. Because after all, the Supreme Court is out of whack, Tim.
It is out of whack, but we support the Trump ban, but we don't support the Trump justices.
Yes,
we don't know what we support, but dang it, we support something.
We don't know what we support. It's all over the place. In fact, look at how the statement starts. And this is all you need to say. Like, what are you referencing? Trump did this. Which one? Did he do the ban? Or did he do the Supreme Court that overruled the ban?
They're saying Trump did the undoing of the ban, but he did the ban.
But he did the ban. It's like, that's the funniest part. It's like, Trump did this. Which part, Cupcake? Did Kamala write this? Yeah. Can you specify which part?
Can you give us a Venn diagram to see where they kind of...
Actually, a Venn diagram will be helpful on this one.
I love Venn diagrams. Okay.
There we go. Who doesn't, Kamala? I mean... After all, Tim, Trump did this, but let me continue because there's even more. And this is the politicization of this decision, as we've hit in a few other videos. That's all this is. Because Trump's Supreme Court justices, they didn't say Trump did it like you aptly nailed. Let me read this for you. This is Biden-Harris's 2024 statement on the SCOTUS bump stock decision. Weapons of war have no place on the streets of America, but Trump's Supreme Court justices have decided the gun lobby is more important than the safety of our kids and our communities. Again, completely circumventing the idea that he did it to begin with. If you care about the gun violence crisis in the country, here comes the political pitch. There is only one candidate in this race with a proven record of successfully taking on the gun lobby, and only one candidate who will ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, and that's President Biden, except the previous president who actually banned the bump stocks and then put Supreme Court people in who actually got rid of his own bump stock ban. It is tiresome. To begin with. Oh,
weapons of war, Braden. It's the military-grade bump stock.
Ban all of them.
That's
Every
the
single
leg
thing,
up
the military grade bump
we have
stock.
on the Chinese military. They're over there building aircraft
Right.
carriers. Little did they know we have military grade bump
We have
stocks.
the military grade bump stocks, the bumpy stock.
These people are
Have you
idiots.
seen the undulation? Oh man, it's so bad. But I got one more thing for you. Donald Trump, through his words, his actions, and his Supreme Court nominees, makes it clear every day that he doesn't care if the American people live or die at the hands of weapons of war on our streets.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's always for the children, folks.
It's always for the
You
children. And he did tell us to get over it. And Trump only cares about the safety, security, and freedom of one person, Donald
I have
Trump.
a question. Would they support
What's the
the
question?
legality of bump stocks in abortion clinics?
Oh,
Just curious. It's an honest question.
valid. It's a valid question.
You know, ban them everywhere else, but allow them in abortion clinics. And they're not children anyway. Anyway, okay, I'm sorry.
They're not. I mean.
Are we
Anyway, that was a bit of a forced stretch, but I appreciate the attempt. I appreciated the attempt.
I mean, it's an honest question. It's for
an
the
honest
children.
question. I appreciate
There's no children in
It
there.
is for the children.
Anyway,
That's true. Oh, I see what you did there. But Tim, did you know though that it was Trump? Trump did this.
well,
So-
Trump did this in terms of undoing his own bump stock ban.
That's right. He undid it, but he didn't do it. But he might have done it. But he hates us. But he loves the gun lobby. But even though he banned the gun lobby, but
There he was, Braden playing 4D chess. See how it played out years later?
Oh,
4D chess, folks, right here.
see, you know, I was wondering if you were going to bring that up because there actually has been talk on the interwebs that in what year was that? 2017?
Yeah, I think so.
When did he do that? 2018, something like that? So 6 years later,
Boom.
little did we know, Trump was ready. He was going to put 3 Supreme Court justices in. He was also going to start the Cargill case after the ATF took action in the Biden administration, something which we didn't know was going to happen, but Trump knew the whole time. He was going to undo his own regulation because at the time it was politically expedient, but now we knew it was unconstitutional the whole time. It is a stretch to be. I mean, stretch doesn't even cover it,
No.
dude. It is like, come on now.
But I remember that the Trump people back when he did this saying, "Oh, he knows it's going to get undone." It's like,
dude.
oh my goodness.
I don't even know on that one. That was the same time. That was like the same time frame that he was saying take the guns first, due process later. I mean, like, I'm not trying to bash the guy. I am genuinely and legitimately just saying things that actually happened.
Yeah, I mean that.
And on the other end, he did give us 3 SCOTUSes that were pro-gun, Bruin, and now Cargill. So
It
I mean,
all worked out.
There is a washing balance. There's a balance there, but that does not mean it did not happen,
or it wouldn't happen again. Just so you know.
I mean, like, there's no way. But okay, so now that we've kind of cracked that open, I mean, honest to God, I don't think either one of us intended to go there. But since we're here, here's the thing: the way that kind of factors out for me. In Biden, you have someone who's literally like ban everything under the sun, and he has repeatedly said it. The administration has repeatedly done it. They have pulled all the levers that they can. They've got the ATF doing it. You got the Office of Gun Violence Prevention. There is no question that they are out to get the Second Amendment. And then over here you got Trump. It's a complete wild card.
Yeah.
Like, well, I've got guaranteed destruction over here, or I could at least be entertained while we don't know what happens over here.
Right.
It's like, oh God.
And for those of you that are going to get all wound up in the comment section saying, "Oh, you're anti-Trump, you're going to get Biden put in." No, that's not what we're saying, folks.
Really not.
We're talking
Not
about
at all.
actual history and things he's actually done. We're not saying don't
It's a
vote for
part of the
Trump.
conversation.
You got 2 choices.
Not
Choose
at all.
wisely, Padawan. But what we're saying is Trump did this
Yeah.
on both sides of
You've
it.
got a known
he
or you've
caused
got a
it and he
maybe.
undid it.
Right.
It's a net zero.
I mean, it technically is a net zero, but I mean, legitimately, you have the choice, and this speaks to what you just said. It's not an anti-Trump
No.
thing. You have, in this election, you literally have a guaranteed infringement for 4 years, or you have someone who's a net zero, maybe a net positive if you include the Supreme Court, but it's a wild card play.
Right.
Honest to God.
Take the wild card.
You have a maybe right here. Yeah, take the wild card versus the holy God we know.
Right?
like anyway.
So true.
But Tim, I just want to throw one thing out there real quick to wrap this video, and maybe this might be why they're politicizing it. I don't know. You tell me. I might be in like left field making this up. This is number 15. So what I've got for you on screen is a stacking of the important points that the voters are measuring for this election. And you've got things like inflation, healthcare, immigration, jobs, the top 4. Guns is right down there at number 10.
Yeah.
for this election cycle. You think maybe that the Biden administration is trying to up the guns thing a little bit?
That's about the only thing they got to stand on, right? Because they can't. They can't.
Exactly.
They don't have the economy. They don't have inflation. They don't have anything. They don't even have foreign policy. Everything this man has done has been an abject failure. And despite the fact that the paid propagandists are out there saying this is the greatest president in American history, he's accomplished so much.
The greatest thing that's ever existed. Yeah. Do you remember a time where it was better?
It's like,
yeah, I do actually. It's funny you ask.
Like jobs are up. Yeah, when you need to work 3 jobs to buy a gallon of gas,
300 part-time jobs.
That'll happen, I guess.
Look at this. Everyone's got 3 jobs. How could they be unhappy? They've got more money to spend.
But
see?
Look what's right underneath guns, crime. And remember 2 weeks ago, crime was out of control. And we needed to vote for Democrats to save us all from the crime wave. But that didn't poll well. So then 2 weeks later, where we find ourselves today, hey, Biden's brought crime down by 30+%. We just discovered this last night, folks. Vote for us.
And it just so happens that we took 30% of the actual reporting agencies out of it. But other than that, don't notice that. That's nothing to do with anything. Keep moving, move along.
Some of your buddies in Congress
these are not the droids.
Some of your buddies in Congress are online.
These are not the droids you're looking for. Oh my God.
Some of your buddies in Congress are online saying that it's all a lie. There's nothing really to see here, that the Republicans are just upset that crime's coming down. No, we're just pointing out the fact you just don't take in like 40% of the crime reports now.
But other than that, no big deal. It can be revised later. Even the Hill is going, yeah, this isn't a complete picture. We covered it. It's just,
I know.
By the way, did you see Chris Murphy where he's like, where Republicans are saying that this is not true? They're fabricating the fact that crime isn't down. It's like 40% of organizations didn't report it, and then he cited the actual article that in the article it says 40% didn't report. I mean, like, it's like, God
it's almighty, a lie. Read this article. Oh crap, it's in the article, but we'll leave it up anyway.
God, the article says what I'm saying is a lie. It doesn't matter. You're not going to read it anyway.
Meanwhile, Chucky Schumer's posting pictures of raw meat on the grill with cheese on top.
God, get us
all
out.
Right.
I can't.
All right, thanks for watching, folks. We'll talk to you guys soon.